Governor Greg Abbott wants lawmakers to study school safety and mass shootings. Today, he sent letters to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Speaker of the House Dade Phelan, asking them to each appoint a special committee to study school safety, mental health, social media, police training, and firearm safety. We are joined by political analyst Harvey Kronberg, founder of the Quorum Report. Mr. Kronberg, thank you for taking some time to talk with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
I want you to start by sharing some thoughts with us on Governor Abbott's response to the mass shooting in Uvalde.
Initially, I thought it was simply formulaic. That is, I dubbed these events the Thoughts and Prayers Tour. You essentially have state officials lined up at a table with the appropriate seals on their windbreakers indicating they're important people, and they go and they offer words of consolation and promises of future action. In this particular case, obviously, the Thoughts and Prayer Tour was interrupted by Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke, who threw them totally off script and began the downward descent of press coverage for Governor Abbott.
You know, he is now calling on the Lieutenant Governor and the Speaker of the House to appoint special committees to study several topics from school safety to gun safety. Meanwhile, you have lawmakers on both sides of the aisle who want him to call a special session. Talk to us about, first, the committees that he's calling to be created.
Frankly, it's a delay tactic because every day that's delayed makes it less and less likely we'll have a special session. The kinds of issues and actions that need to be taken are not something that can be done by executive order, which typically has only limited authority. And so this is essentially show business, not to be too derogatory, but we've had our studies, we've had commissions. After the Santa Fe shooting, he had a very comprehensive roundtable. What's notable about this particular directive to the legislative leadership is that it's absence of any kind of restrictions on guns, only the subject of gun safety. I'm not sure how satisfactory that's going to be to the folks back in Uvalde or the public at large.
And so let's talk about the special session, because to be frank, it's June and we have an election in November. Special sessions, of course, only 30 days with a legislature who we might want to point out is probably not excited about the possibility of coming back after the several special sessions they previously had. Is a special session, in your opinion, truly something on the table for the governor?
Absolutely not. The time frame doesn't work for the governor. If the governor calls a special session, he essentially has to put a plan on the table. It's okay to put a plan on the table, fight for it and lose, but you've got to at least have a plan on the table. There's no consensus. There's only, on the Republican side, there's fear of the NRA. On the Democratic side, frankly, I'm not sure they want to have many votes on guns, but it gives them a position to posture. And the mechanics of a special session are such that he calls the special session, a bill has to be submitted, the Speaker and the Lieutenant Governor then have to refer it to committee where there are hearings. And then there's mechanical delays that the legislature can override. But the reality is that there's going to be about 2 weeks in a special session, even if they knew where they were going, where you have a bunch of people standing around doing nothing, and national cameras would be focused on it, and any inactivity or failure would simply be more of a platform for both Democrats and Republicans to posture.